See, I think that is a misconception. Sorry, that's a mistake. This sort of formalization for creative processes, and programming engineering is as technical as it is creative, right? Every problem is different, and you have to have clever, creative, technical solutions to make it work or scale. If you want to build a house or a factory, you can quantify saying, one person can lay 6 bricks an hour, sorry, 6 bricks a minute. So to build this factory of this size, we need 100, people who can. So you can quantify the unit of work, and thereby quantify the number of people involved. If I tell you that we want to build an app which does, stock trading, how the hell can anyone possibly, come up with a number? It's impossible.
Technology, passion, and entrepreneurship. You will be learning much more about these three things in the coming few minutes. Just to set a little context, I have interviewed Kailash Nath. He's the founder and CTO of Zerodha Technologies. Kailash and his small team have built something that empowers millions of traders and investors all across India. Now let's come back to Kailash's journey once. In 2001, he got his hands onto a computer and started tinkering with software. He realized that writing small scripts somehow changed the software behavior. He then started writing larger scripts and even larger scripts. All of his passion for computer science led him to pursuing a PhD in it in London. After his PhD, he came back to India, and in India he shifted to Bangalore. He met a couple of friends there and they started working on a trading app idea. His friends needed a stockbroker and they finally partnered with Nitin, who was running Zerodha at that time. All of them were very excited to work with each other and took almost a year to build a trading app. After they successfully completed the app, they went to the authorities to get approval. But guess what happened?
So we decided to partner. We started working on this app with Zerodha. Several months later, we took it to the regulators for regulatory approval, and they shot it down saying, no, you can't build modern apps in this industry. We won't let you. Very ironic. And we were super pissed off and saddened because we'd spent almost a year building all of this, right? And all reading platforms, everything sucked.
Here we realize a very important concept from the lean startup. It's working in small batches and getting feedback as fast as you can. Shorter feedback loops. Had they just went with the idea to the authorities, or maybe just had a very simple prototype in front of them, they might have saved a lot of time. Anyhow, Nitin and Kailash had worked for the first time together and they formed a very good dynamic.
I mean, everything was built like 10, 15 years ago. Clunky, terrible apps. So we went separate ways, Abid, Dash, and me. But by the time we'd spoken to Nitin quite a bit, and we were also personally chatting. But because we got along so well, one day, we mutually said to each other that, maybe you should work together. That was really small, not a technology firm. I think there were like 6,000 clients or whatever. But he knew that technology is the future. He knew that the trading tools, etc., that brokers were offering were all quite poor. So that foresight and vision he had.
Even though Kailash's work was spot on and he delivered the best solutions, he clearly needed a prominent promoter. The concept of prominent promoter comes from the book The Creative Curve. Nitin had the credibility and experience in the industry. He also knew that technology was the future. He championed the work of Kailash, and their dynamic is what has led to becoming Zerodha a mammoth. Both of them then together co-founded Zerodha Technologies. But now there was a small shift on how Kailash was working.
There was nothing. I mean, people there were not technical at all, and they didn't even understand that it was possible to script and automate things. So I spent the first several months going and sitting with each and every person there, trying to understand their workflows and automating those things.
As you can clearly see, he is now working on small batches. He saw a lot of tiny problems to solve and first worked on that and built a very good technology base for Zerodha. Slowly they realized that the trading platform they are providing is very poor. They were using a vendor that everyone else was using, and to perform a single trade on the app, one had to fill 12 drop downs. This was straightly a very big design problem, and Kailash said that they had to build something better. This is when Nitin and Kailash started working on Kite, which is Zerodha's flagship trading app.
This is garbage. We can't be offering this. And it's like, this is what everyone's offering. And we have no other choice. We don't have our own trading platforms. And I was like, you know what, let's build something new. And it's like, cool, why don't we try? It was just like a couple lines that were exchanged. So I went back and I made a mock-up for what I thought a trading platform should look like. And in my head, the first thing I did was forget everything that I'd seen in the industry. That desktop platform, we didn't use it as a reference. Everything, the status quo that people were used to, the pro trading platforms, I consciously, booted all of that out of my head and thought, if I were to log into a platform and place an order to buy and sell, how should it be? And with no other reference, I envisioned it to be white, and that was like a big debate. Nitin was like, no, the whole industry uses black trading platforms. Traders will hate it. Nobody will ever use a white trading platform. I was like, if you're building it, it'll be white. And he was like, yeah, fine, whatever. So we had that dynamic. So it was white. It hasn't really changed much at all. And I showed this to Nitin. And I was like, this doesn't look like a trading platform. He's like, you know what? Let's just give this a shot. And he said, fine, let's give this a shot. And we started building it. I think 4 months later, we had an alpha ready. And when people internally got to log in to Kite, the first alpha version for the first time, I think that's when it occurred to them that, oh, you don't really have to be black with 50 columns of flashing data. It is actually entirely possible to use a simple looking usable app to trade. I guess you can't blame non-technical people for it, because if the entire industry is doing it one way, your framework is that, your benchmark is that, and it's very difficult to think that, oh, it's possible to do this in an entirely different way.
Here we see an example of getting an outsider's perspective to a problem. Nitin had tons of experience in the industry, but he was also used to the lousy design of the trading platforms. Kailash brought an outsider's perspective to the problem and said that humans can only interpret a certain amount of information at a single time.
So that's how Kite was born, and it started picking up steam right after we launched it. People were afraid that it would be dissed because, like I said, it was missing 90% of the information that a traditional trading platform showed. Kite didn't show, but it started picking up steam right after its release. Hundreds of people logged in.
After the success of Kite, Zerodha got tons of feedback. They used this feedback to work on more products.
And thousands of people who related in 10,000s and today millions. So it was very natural. And then once you have a trading platform and people can sell and buy stocks, naturally you might want to also offer them mutual fund investments. Just an organic extension. So Coin was born. Now you're buying and selling stuff, and you want a place where you can see proper reportage of your entire portfolio, visualize it, analyze it, all that stuff, manage your account. That's how Console was born. So these are all natural extensions of real business and user problems that we saw. And once you're trading actively, sometimes you may want to track stocks and get an alert on certain stocks. So we built Sentinel. And just like you set an alert, maybe you want to set a future price, like a stop loss or profit strategy, where you create like a trigger. And whenever that price happens in the market, you want to sell or buy something. So we built GTP. And all of these pieces fit in naturally. We never said that 2015 we'll build a trading platform, 2 years later we'll build this, 3 years later we'll build that. We had no idea. And even today, whatever we build, these are all natural extensions of problems that we observe that our users are facing, or whatever seems very natural to us. So all the products that we've built, they're all interconnected.
This creative journey of Kailash has been very inspiring for me. I learned a ton, and I hope you also must have been very inspired from this video. So thanks a lot for watching this video, and feel free to comment on any feedback that you have. I would love to hear about it. Thanks a lot for watching, and best of luck for your future. Bye.